Welcome to Blessed Horizons. Right now, you're living in a world that's unraveling. Chaos is rising, nations are trembling, and whispers of a new world order are no longer whispers, but shouts. Does it feel like something's off in your spirit? Like the ground beneath your feet is shifting, and you're desperate for answers? You're not alone. Thousands of years ago, the prophet Daniel saw this very moment: 4 beasts, 4 kingdoms, a vision so vivid it shook him to his core. Daniel 7. And here's the shocking truth. What he saw is unfolding before your eyes today. This isn't just history, it's your reality, and it's screaming for your attention. Stick with me, because in the next 25 minutes, I'm going to unveil a revelation so powerful it'll transform how you see the world and ignite your faith like never before. You need this. Don't miss it. Oh, and real quick, most people watching these videos aren't subscribed yet. If you're one of them, hit that subscribe button now. You won't want to miss what's coming next on Blessed Horizons. Let's dive into Daniel's prophecy and uncover what it means for you. Right here, right now. Picture this: a stormy sea, waves crashing, and out of the chaos rises a beast unlike anything you've ever seen. A lion with the wings of an eagle, fierce and majestic, ruling with a roar that echoes across nations. Daniel 7:4. This, my friend, is the first beast Daniel saw, a symbol of Babylon, that ancient empire of gold and glory. But don't tune out thinking this is just old history, because this lion's still prowling today. Back then, Babylon was the king of the world under Nebuchadnezzar, a ruler so proud he thought he could outshine God himself. Ever met someone like that? Someone who struts through life like they own it? That's Babylon's spirit, bold, fast, and unapologetic. Those eagle wings, they're the speed of its conquest, swooping down on nations before they could blink. But here's where it gets wild. The wings get torn off. The beast stands up like a man, and it's given a human heart. What's that about? It's God stepping in, humbling the mighty. Nebuchadnezzar learned that the hard way, stripped of his throne, eating grass like a beast, until he bowed to the Most High. Daniel 4:30-37. Now let's bring this home. Babylon isn't just a dusty ruin, it's a pattern, a shadow that stretches into our time. Think of the powers today that dominate with swagger and speed, nations or systems flashing their might, like the United States with its eagle emblem, spreading influence faster than you can scroll your feed. But just like that lion, their wings can be clipped. God's still in control, humbling the proud. And here's where it hits you. We're seeing a new Babylon rise, a global system seducing the world with promises of power and pleasure, pulling us away from God's truth. Revelation calls it Babylon the Great. Revelation 17:5, a force that'll dazzle and deceive in the last days. So what do? Start looking up. When you see arrogance ruling the headlines, pray, Lord, teach me humility. Try it tonight. Kneel, open Psalm 51, and ask God to keep your heart soft. Because if Babylon teaches us anything, it's that pride falls, but faith endures. And trust me, this is just the beginning. There's more stirring in Daniel's vision that you won't want to miss. Now the scene shifts. Imagine a hulking bear lumbering out of the shadows, slow but unstoppable, its jaws dripping with the bones of its prey. Daniel 7:5. This is the second beast, a picture of the Medo-Persian Empire that swallowed Babylon whole. Unlike the lion's flashy speed, this bear's power is raw, brutal, and deliberate. It's raised up on one side. Why? Because Persia outgrew the Medes, tipping the scales of dominance, and those 3 ribs in its mouth? Scholars say they're the kingdoms it devoured. Babylon, Lydia, Egypt, crushed under its weight. But here's the chilling part. A voice commands it, arise, devour much flesh. This isn't just an animal acting on instinct. Something's driving it, something bigger. Sound familiar? Think about today's world. Nations like China or Russia, or alliances like BRICS, flexing their muscle, gobbling up markets and influence with a hunger that doesn't quit. It's not chaos, it's calculated. But let's get real. This bear's spirit is alive in more than just geopolitics. Ever feel like life's chewing you up, piece by piece? Maybe it's a job draining your soul or a struggle you can't shake. That's the bear's grip, relentless. Yet here's the hope. Even as Persia crushed nations, God used it to free his people from captivity. Ezra 1:1-4. So when you're facing your own bear, don't just grit your teeth. Pray with purpose. Try this. Grab a notebook. Write down 3 things weighing you down. Then read Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. God's moving behind the scenes, turning destruction into deliverance. And as this bear of a world keeps devouring, it's setting the stage for something fiercer. Still, stick with me. Daniel's got more to show us. Suddenly the vision speeds up. Out of the mist leaps a leopard, sleek and swift, with 4 wings sprouting from its back and 4 heads glaring in every direction. Daniel 7:6. This isn't your average cat. This is Alexander the Great's Greece, a kingdom that didn't just conquer, but flew across the world, reshaping it in a heartbeat. Those wings? They're the lightning speed of his campaigns. Blink, and he'd taken half the earth. The 4 heads? After Alexander died, his empire split among his generals, scattering power like seeds in the wind. But don't miss this. Greece didn't just win battles. It rewrote cultures, planting its ideas everywhere it went. Ever heard of Hellenization? That's the leopard's game, transforming minds, not just maps. Now look around you. The world's moving faster than ever. Technology, media, ideas zipping across borders in seconds. Sound like that leopard? It's not just about speed, it's about control. Today's powers aren't swinging swords, they're shaping you. Movies, apps, news, they're all whispering, think this way, live this way. It's a cultural takeover, softening us up for the new world order. But here's your shield, discernment. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:6. When the world's pushing a new script, anchor yourself in his word. Try this. Next time you're scrolling, pause. Ask, does this align with God's truth? That's how you outrun the leopard. Because this beast isn't the end game. Something darker's crouching just ahead, and we're about to face it together. Hold your breath, because now the vision turns terrifying. A 4th beast storms into view, monstrous and merciless, with iron teeth that crush everything in its path and feet that trample what's left. Daniel 7:7. This isn't a lion, bear, or leopard. No, this is something unearthly, a nightmare of power with 10 horns sprouting from its head. Daniel's shaking as he sees it, and for good reason. This is the final empire, the climax of history's chaos. History points to Rome as a shadow of this beast, with its iron grip on the world. But the real deal? It's still coming. Those 10 horns, they're kings or powers, 10 rulers rising from this kingdom, until one horn, fiercer than the rest, takes over. Daniel 7:24. Many say that's the Antichrist, stepping out of this global beast. Look at today. Technology's the new iron, biting into every corner of life. Digital IDs, cashless systems, surveillance. It's not science fiction, it's your newsfeed. This beast doesn't need armies. It controls through screens and systems, demanding loyalty. Revelation warns it'll mark everyone, rich or poor, so no one buys or sells without bowing to it. Revelation 13:16-17. Scary? Sure, but here's your lifeline, faith. When the world tightens its grip, cling to the one who breaks iron with a whisper. Try this. Set aside 5 minutes today, read Psalm 27, The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And let it sink in. This beast thinks it's invincible, but it's not the end of the story. God's got a throne waiting, and that's where the real power lies. This 4th beast isn't just a bully, it's a devourer, a kingdom so vast it devours the whole earth, tramples it down, and breaks it in pieces. Daniel 7:23. No borders, no escape. It's a global machine, grinding everything into submission. Think Rome was tough? This is Rome on steroids, a system where power isn't just held, it's worshipped. Those iron teeth aren't messing around. They're the tools of a new world order that's already taking shape. Ever notice how fast cash is vanishing? How every move you make's tracked? That's the beast flexing, setting up a world where you'll need its mark to survive. And those 10 horns? They're not random. Daniel says a little horn rises, toppling 3 others, and rules with a voice that defies God himself. Daniel 7:8. This is where the Antichrist steps in, turning a government into a god. But don't let it paralyze you. God's not wringing his hands. When the beast roars, he's already got the gavel ready. Picture this. You're stressed about bills, scrolling for answers, and the world's offering quick fixes. Join the system, take the easy road. Instead, flip to Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. That's your battle plan. Trust him, not the beast. Start small. Next time you're tempted to lean on the world's promises, pray first. Say, Lord, I'm yours, not theirs. Because here's the twist. This monster's days are numbered, and Daniel's about to show us the courtroom where it all falls apart. Now the vision lifts. Daniel's eyes widen as heaven opens, and there's the Ancient of Days, seated on a throne blazing with fire, his robe white as snow. Daniel 7:9-10. This isn't a sideshow. It's the main event. While the 4th beast rages below, tearing the earth apart, God's court is in session, and the books are opened. Judgment's coming, and it's not up for debate. The beast thinks it's untouchable, but Daniel sees its end. The court sat in judgment, and his dominion was taken away, to be consumed and destroyed to the end. Daniel 7:26. That's the headline. Evil gets a deadline. And then the kingdom's handed to the saints of the Most High, an everlasting reign where justice isn't a dream but a fact. Daniel 7:27. So what's this mean for you? The world's loud, but God's louder. When headlines scream chaos, don't panic. Peek behind the curtain. Revelation backs this up. Christ rides in on a white horse, King of Kings, crushing every empire that dared defy him. Revelation 19:11-16. Your move? Live like the verdict's already in. Next time you're overwhelmed, try this. Stand up, speak aloud, Jesus reigns, and feel the weight lift. That's faith in action, knowing the beast loses, and you're on the winning side. But it's not just about waiting for the end. There's a call here, a whisper to wake up, and it's tugging at your spirit as we speak. Daniel's still reeling. My spirit within me was anxious, he says, and the visions alarmed me. Daniel 7:15. Can you blame him? He's seen empires rise and fall, a beast so fierce it shakes the earth, and a throne that silences it all. But God doesn't leave him hanging. An angel steps in, unpacking the mystery. These 4 beasts are 4 kingdoms, each flexing its muscle until the final one crumbles. Daniel 7:17-18. Yet here's the gold nugget. The saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess it forever. Daniel 7:18. Not maybe, not someday, forever. History's not a random mess, it's a map, and God's holding the pen. Every empire, Babylon, Persia, Greece, this final terror, they're just pit stops on the road to his reign. Think about that. You're not just surviving a crazy world, you're part of a bigger story. Ever feel small, like your faith doesn't matter? Flip that script. Psalm 146:3 says, "Put not your trust in princes, because they fade, but God doesn't." Try this. Next time you're doubting, write down one way God's shown up for you, then thank him. That's building your cornerstone for his kingdom. Because while the New World Order builds its tower, God's crafting something eternal, and he's inviting you in. The question's hanging there. What's your next step on this holy ground? Let's zoom out. Daniel's vision isn't just a warning, it's a wake-up call. The fourth beast might war against the saints, even seem to win for a moment. Daniel 7:21. But the Ancient of Days steps in and the tide turns. Daniel 7:22. Persecution's real. Don't kid yourself. This final empire won't play nice. It'll hate God's truth and anyone who holds it. But here's the punchline. It doesn't last. Jesus promised, "In the world you will have tribulation. But take heart, I have overcome the world." John 16:33. That's not fluffy hope. That's steel. When the system squeezes, you stand. Maybe it's a friend, a mocking your faith, or a job pushing you to compromise. Don't bend. How? Love like Jesus did. He washed feet, fed the hungry, forgave the unforgivable. John 13:14, Matthew 14:16-21. Next time someone's harsh, don't curse. Bless them. Say, "Lord, soften their heart," and watch him work. That's kingdom living, shining in the dark while the beast stomps. Because Daniel's promise isn't far off. The saints possess the kingdom when the dust settles. The new world order's loud, but God's whisper cuts deeper, pulling us toward the finish line. Here's where it all lands. Daniel's prophecy ends with a bang. At that time your people shall be delivered, everyone whose name is found written in the book. He's told, Daniel 12:1. Trouble's coming, worse than ever, but deliverance is signed and sealed. The righteous rise to everlasting life, while the rest face the consequences. Daniel 12:2-3. This isn't a fairy tale, it's the end game. The new world order, with its beasts and horns, thinks it's the star, but it's just the opening act. Christ's kingdom crashes in, eternal and unshakable, and you're invited to the throne room. So where's your hope? Not in banks or ballots, those fade. Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world." John 18:36. Live that. When chaos hits, don't clutch the news. Grab your Bible. Start today. Read Daniel 12. Let it soak in and ask, "Lord, am I ready?" Because this isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving in a kingdom that never ends. The beasts roar, but the king's coming, and that's the truth worth holding. That's it, friends. Daniel's vision laid bare, a roadmap from chaos to glory. The new world order's rising, but God's kingdom wins. So here's my question. Where are you standing today? Drop it in the comments. What hit you hardest? Or how's God speaking to you through this? Share your story. Let's build each other up. If this stirred your spirit, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Don't miss the next revelation on Blessed Horizons. Check out the video popping up now for more on living bold in these wild times. Thanks for joining me. See you soon, and God bless.